Good morning, everyone. It's Mike Curtis. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to listen to this webinar. So one of the webinars in the webinar series that we run. Hopefully, for those of you who've not been privy to the services that Bechtle can offer you, we thought this would be a great opportunity in order to give you some insight into some of what we do and hopefully help you along the way with, as we say, the delivery of your strategy, and we'll get into a little bit of detail in terms of how Bechtle can help you to do that. So just moving ourselves forward. If at any point during the webinar today you have any questions, feel free to raise them in the questions and chat section, and we'll get those questions fielded out. We'll either answer them within the webinar itself, or we'll move to a position where we can provide answers to you directly after the session. So we will record the session, and the session will be available to people. So if you want to pass it around for other people to listen to or have insight into what we do, please do share that. So a little bit about myself. As I said, my name is Mike Curtis. I'm the head of services at Bechtle in the UK. My responsibility is around making sure that we have a services portfolio that enables our customers to take advantage of the technologies that we help supply. So most of our customers will know us as a technology sourcing company, a value-add reseller, but equally, we want to ensure that we have the whole life cycle of services. So we'll get into a little bit of the structure for that. So that's working with our direct Bechtle services that come from within the Bechtle family, the group of companies and organizations that makes up the wider Bechtle, and also our service partner network as well, and extends that into what we call Group IT Alliance, so that we can ensure that we can deliver for customers, not just in the UK, but wider into the rest of Europe, and obviously beyond that on a global basis as well. So just a little bit about extending on that, why Bechtle services. Well, as we provide infrastructure, software solutions right across the piece, very much our emphasis is on helping our organizations that we work with, our customers, to increase the quality of the solutions that they are providing, both internally and then beyond that to their end customers. That increase in efficiency, us being an aggregated solutions provider, can give you a great opportunity to take advantage of economies of scale and leverage some of the advantages that we get from moving out some of the services that you might have been providing for yourselves, and give you that greater efficiency gain by focusing on the things that you want to be doing, and obviously the reduced costs and risks element of taking specialist service providers who do this day in and day out to a high level of quality, and give you the opportunity to, as we say, benefit from things like economies of scale, improvements in focus, and obviously risk mitigation by specializations that deliver these services on a daily basis. So what I thought would be the best thing to do is talk about some of the areas in which we explore services opportunity. So we talk about having core areas that support what we call pillars at Bechtle. So we break this down as consulting and solutions design, key area, delivery and implementation services, and support and managed services. Now, those three areas extend across the entire range of our products and services, as we've said, starting with document solutions. We have a modern workspace pillar, a software portfolio, hybrid infrastructure, security, and then indeed Bechtle.com and our procurement expertise that we've always provided to people. So as we can see, a whole raft of solutions areas that we then bring the opportunity to talk to organizations about the various different aspects of that delivery. So it doesn't have to start with consulting and solutions design. We have many engagements with customers where in the constitution of the way that they deliver their services to their customers. We only provide support and managed services. Certainly, as we get into it, we'll talk about how we do delivery and implementation, but logically, we'll start at the beginning of a process, which in this context is the consulting and solutions design area. So consulting and solutions design, we have a solutions delivery process, what we call our 4-step process. And that starts with understanding. We help people to determine requirements. Then we move on to the designing element, and then obviously we'll talk about the step 3 and 4 latterly, deployment and support and managed services. But within the consulting and solutions design area of Bechtle, we are able to offer you everything from IT strategy consulting, so very much looking at either establishing an IT strategy for an emerging company or ratifying a strategy for companies that already have a detailed IT strategic plan in place, IT architectures, including things like cloud computing and hybrid converged infrastructure, all of these assessment services that are detailed and dedicated to delivering the right solution. So very much taking a look at what your business outcome goals are, translating those from a current state analysis piece into a future state envisionment. So our ability to be able to say, as is and to be, and then giving you the right solution in order to be able to execute on that. It's very much centered around the particular area of interest. So it doesn't have to be an expansive review of your IT strategy, although we can do that, and I'll come on to that as an example, but potted particular pieces of your transformation journey or abilities to create assessments right across the piece. And obviously some example areas of those expertise are listed and highlighted there. So very much something that if you're needing the external validation or you lack the internal skill set and experiences, Bechtle can bring its pre-sales, business solutions and consulting team in to help in those various aspects, those particular pillars, and then working with our wider partner base hone down into strategic expertise that can really help to define what you need to be doing and how to design those solutions. So very much something that we want to make sure that people understand that can be applied across the entirety of our stack, from a software provisioning solutions specialist, some ITAM type study, right the way through into strategic data management. So if I just scroll us forward and just talk a little bit about our IT strategy review process, as I mentioned before, this is an example of one of our packages, and package solutions is a theme that you'll see from Bechtle. If you haven't seen them already, there's a couple more examples that I'll share with you as we go through this particular webinar. But our package solutions very much help people to get a discrete and quick understanding of a particular solutions area, and also enable us to talk beyond the package as well. So we understand that not every package is right for everybody in every situation, but it gives us the place to start. And for many organizations, it's great. It's a quick start way of being able to achieve an outcome, but actually it gives us a wider opportunity for conversation and discussion and then review. So talking about the IT strategy review service that we have, the thing I want to say right off the bat is this actually is at the moment is a free of charge service if you book a strategy review up until the end of this month, so the 28th of February this month. So what is it? It's a review holistically of the 4 main focus areas of IT as we determine them. So IT and business alignment, so your policies, people, culture, sourcing and goals. So very much taking, as we say, a current state look at where you are. IT operational governance, so governance, processes, controls, availability and performance. Infrastructure, so looking at systems management, compute and storage, networking and cloud and security, and then the end user compute with standardization, management, collaboration, productivity and security. And the way that we do that is by an analysis piece at the front. So we do some quantitative and qualitative analysis with you, looking at those areas with a group of interested parties from within your organization at your choosing. We collate all of that information, and then we present that back via a strategy workshop, and allow you to see the current state of where you are and how your technology is underpinning the strategy delivery. That then gives us an ability to talk about, as we said, where you'd like to be, so areas for improvement, that future state envisionment piece, and that calls out what I'd call transformation targets. Now, not every single piece of this will be capital T transformation, complete IT revolution within your organization. Some of it will be very small and targeted particular pieces of transformation. Now, that could be anything as simple as changing an underpinning infrastructure for a particular line of business application, or it could be tweaking some policy around security, or introducing something in your end user compute around new ways of working with new normal, for instance. So a large opportunity that will fall into place and come very clear. An iterative process in nature as well, so people can work with us, create that structure, have that known condition, look for those transformation targets, go on that journey, help it underpin their strategy delivery, and then obviously iterate that in the future as well. So not a one-stop shop, never to be returned, something that write a report and then stick on the shelf and never look at again. So again, as I said earlier, don't have to go for the whole IT strategic review process. You might just want to do an infrastructure review and see how that infrastructure piece is performing. Is it fit for your current strategy or not? So once we've moved past that and we're talking about more of the operational underlying delivery, so the deployment and design of these things, so the in-life incarnation, we move into delivery and implementation services, and the terms that we use there for us particularly, professional service engagement, allowing us to be able to drive opportunities to deliver for you via statement of works. So we'll create complex and cohesive statement of works that you then sign off on, and then obviously we can help with the process of delivering the outcome. So some example areas on that: networking implementations, collaboration and unified communication installation, infrastructure implementation in terms of data center relocation services, device deployment to end user, document management solutions, software asset management, data migration, and the list goes on. So that's one area in terms of access to those professional services and development deployment skills. We also have resource management skills in the context of things like IR35 with the new rulings. So we can bring resourcing that you might have been able to enjoy via the contract market before. And obviously with the advent of IR35 coming back in April, that gives people limited access to those skilled resources that they might like. We have access to an infinite resource pool to be able to leverage via us as Bechtle outside of the IR35 structure, in order for you to be able to continue to use those resources at your will within the environment, as you similar to how you would have enjoyed access to those resources before. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, contact your account manager, and we can get one of our specialists to talk to you about how we can help you to facilitate those outcomes. Deployment services and product delivery, again, so if you're looking to scale up in your resource, or you don't have enough resources within the context of your current IT team, we can add complementary resource to that. Or if you want a particular project to be taken completely into someone else's ownership for the purpose of delivery, we can do that too. So many areas where we can help, again, with a broad range of services that come from the Bechtle group within our centers of excellence, but also out into our wider partner pool. So allows us the means to be very broad in terms of the number of offerings across those key focus areas that we've spoken about, but also very deep in the amount of knowledge that we have accessible to us to make sure that we can deliver an outcome for you. So a little bit of just an example of that would be the Bechtle modern workspace solution, so to fit for everyone. So hopefully as we go back into office environments, people are going to change the way in which they use their offices. Many articles out there about ways in which companies are moving from desk-based presence to mixed working models, where people are now using more of the huddle rooms and small meeting rooms, and ability to use AV and UC to their advantage. So modern workplace is very much something that we can help people with, and we have some package solutions in there that we can assist with, and that's everything from, you know, the outbound design piece, as we said, is assessing for those specific requirements, demonstrating and refining the potential solutions, and then delivery and installation of those new capabilities within those meeting room setup structures. So that's just one example of those delivery type capabilities. So support and managed services, as we've discussed, lots of different elements of support and underpinning managed service. Now, we do warranty support services right across the piece in terms of the total hardware range. So any product that you buy from Bechtle can enjoy warranty support services that we can add on. These can be your classic enterprise hardware support contracts, extended life contracts, special end user support services in terms of warranty. So as we said, on the end user services side, especially with the disseminated workforces now, we're starting to see a lot of organizations asking for support for their implementations in an end user setting as well. So not just having people move to site and look after hardware, as we say, being able to hold stock, do fast delivery, fast turnover, bring that into a home setting and make sure that people are in the right place in order to be able to continue with the similar level of support that they would give to an end user as they would have been in the office, but into the home environment. So reactive support as well. Lots of organizations are looking to have the assurance piece. So we can talk about different types of token-based support models for various service solutions. So some people will pre-buy particular elements of support and then call that off on a needs basis. So again, if that's something that you'd like to look at, contact your account manager for that. We can talk about that in more detail. And then the managed and support solutions that you would expect from a vendor to have the underpinning support from as well. So that might be managed networks, monitored support services, disaster recovery, DRAS and BAS type services. SD-WAN is something that's coming much more into the focus, and managed firewall, managed Wi-Fi solutions as well. So across the whole gambit, we have those support services in place, and we can mix and match the levels of support as well for your organization. So we don't have to have every single item under 24/7, 4-hour fix guarantee. Absolutely can blend the levels of support that you can take. Some reactive support solutions for some instances, through to 24/7 managed and monitored solutions for a key line of business applications, and a blended approach to other solutions as well. So I'm working into either maybe end user support, service desk and end users, or via your technical service desk in a service desk to service desk model, where we're providing a third or fourth line support element to your organization. So basically everything that you can think about under the banner of support and managed services, we have an aggregated function to be able to bring to you. So as an example, as we said, hardware maintenance, not very sexy, but very important, and something that we see a lot of our customers now starting to ask us to competitively quote on against some of their more traditional suppliers. So we as Bechtle can leverage a global spares coverage that gives us broadest range of vendors in the market against a very, very wide range of technologies. So it's definitely something that most organizations that we talk to will already have some of these hardware maintenance contracts in place. Some of them have been in for a number of years and haven't been competitively quoted. You might be absolutely comfortable with the level of support that you're getting, but I'd say it's a zero cost option to you to have a look at the renewals process and see if Bechtle can actually give you the same, if not better, level of coverage and solution for a very challenging cost point to you. So hopefully that's something that in this example, for instance, just giving us a view of your hardware maintenance schedule, we can give you some value add by giving you a critique and saying whether or not you're getting best value from that at all. So as we spoke about earlier, package solutions is an area which increasingly we see as being a good way and offering package solutions out to customers to be able to consume. And I just wanted to sort of dwell on a couple of examples. So first package solution in terms of Cyber Essentials service. So this enables us as a package solution to be able to give you a fixed price outcome. So there's a one-off Cyber Essentials price, £1,650, or a Cyber Essentials Plus from £3,500. And it gives you, as it says, the Cyber Essentials certification fee provides the actionable steps to address the biggest threats and vulnerabilities, ensures that best practice is in line with HN Government Cybersecurity Initiative, gives you the a good structured way of being able to show that you are a certified, fully cybersecurity scheme enabled organization. So for a fixed outcome price as well. So the next one that I wanted to do was go to the other end of the scale from something that's a little bit less scary than the cyber security assessment services that people might be thinking about at the moment, to something a little bit more traditional. And I thought I'd center this around package solutions for print solutions. So print sits within our document management pillar. But as we say, plans can start from as simple as £15, £15.99 a month. So why would you want to take a package? Well, we want you to have the reduced complexity. We want you to have the reduction of cost and risk. We want you to enjoy the improved efficiency, and definitely choosing one of the Bechtle packages around a managed print solution will definitely facilitate all of that. So new HP printers, no upfront costs, original HP ink and toner supplies, on-site services, next day support in that warranty support structure, and a fixed monthly fee with very good savings built in, believe it or not, around if you looked at a total cost of ownership review, which obviously we can help and present you guys with, so you would have a great understanding of how that we're helping you to reduce the cost within the context of that model. So as we say, just a couple of examples of those package solutions, lots of other packages. Ask your account manager about some of the other areas in which we can help, be that from a consultative engagement perspective, working with our business solutions team to look at your requirements and coming up with solutions across that range of different offerings. But clearly, if you don't want to do that and you want to explore some of the package solutions, we can make those available to you as well. So, okay, so any questions? Haven't had anything come through in the chat at the moment. We're just sort of, as we're here, say again, anything that you want. It's a very broad portfolio of services and solutions. Hopefully we've given you an insight into just some of the ways in which we partition our solutions areas, how we then underpin that, our approach to entry for each of those different types of service offering, without boring you to death with slide after slide of different solutions in terms of replicating our service catalog. If you want to know more about any particular detail in our pillars, obviously ask your account managers and they'll put the relevant solution specialists in touch with you. The last thing for me to say in the context of our services portfolio is we haven't found a service yet that our customer has asked for that we're not able to supply either directly within the Bechtle's own services or with our wider partner network. We very much have the capability to be an aggregator for those services. And by no means are we expecting our customers to choose every element of every solution and support service that we have. We just want to make people aware that against the heritage and history that we have of delivering products to people, we also have those services to support as well. So unless there are any questions right now, I'll just move on to the last slide, which Ajay Aratopa is going to give us an introduction into the next upcoming webinar.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for running through that detail around our professional services. And in terms of what's coming up, guys, from our side, we have a great one coming in regards to Lenovo and VMware supporting us. What we're going to look at there is Lenovo very much changing their approach to the market and to our customers, trying to bring together their end user device point as with their infrastructure. So we're going to be providing an overview of our end user compute solutions and a packet, and what we're doing around our package solutions to bring it together to simplify that to you guys. And hopefully by the end of that, you'll have a full understanding end to end of our VDI solutions with Lenovo and VMware. It is technical. You're going to have to get your techie head on it, but we are also going to take it away from the usual 11 o'clock on a Thursday and deliver this a little later so that we can incorporate a wine tasting into the session as well. So if you can get signed up, we will send over your wine so you can learn about the technology and also get a little bit tipsy at the same time. So if there's any questions on that, again, please speak with your account manager. And yeah, hopefully see you guys then. And I'll pass back to Mike for any questions that potentially have come through. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't provide wine for this one. Certainly something that we look to our friends in some of the vendors, and obviously they're helping support the wine tasting. So yeah, so have a happy, healthy, sober rest of the day.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks very much. Cheers.